Welcome to the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. I am your host, Ryan Sakamoto, and I am going to be reporting live on this live stream as news just broke out that Adam Schefter reported in regards to Dak Prescott of the Dallas Cowboys. He has now struck a 4-year deal worth up to $164 million per source. And the deal includes $66 million to sign and $75 million in year one, which is the most in NFL history. So this is really breaking news here. Again, he, as in Dak Prescott, signed a 4-year deal worth up to $164 million with $66 million to sign and $75 million in year one, the most in NFL history. So this is crazy. It also points out, Adam Schefter also points out in here that the first 3 years averages about $42 million per year. $42 million per year. What do you guys think about this trade? Or sorry, not this trade, about this move? Dak Prescott signing for a 4-year deal worth up to $164 million, including $75 million in year one. $75 million in year one. Talk about front-loaded money. This is ridiculous, guys. This is what NFL free agency frenzy is all about. Dak Prescott is, again, the top-ranked player, I believe, by Greg Rosenthal on NFL.com, who ranked his top 101 free agents. He had listed at number 2, left tackle Trent Williams. Just let me pull it up for you. I'm going to go ahead and break down what Greg Rosenthal had to say. But if you guys are just tuning in, breaking news, Dak Prescott just signed a 4-year deal worth up to $164 million with the Dallas Cowboys, including $75 million in his first year. So talk about front-loaded money. You get it on this contract. Dak Prescott, I'm very happy for you. We all know the backstory on how his season ended, playing in a franchise tag, and then people now wonder why players hold out. I spoke about this yesterday, late last night on my live stream podcast. I am so happy for Dak Prescott. He has earned it and ultimately got rewarded with a $75 million deal in his first year. This is ridiculous, man. This is like the most money ever. Crazy talk here. So I'm just going to pull up Greg Rosenthal of NFL.com as he broke down his 101 top free agents. And Dak Prescott comes out at number 1. Obviously, he's 28 years old. And this is what he had to say in regards to Dak Prescott. He says, it perversely may have taken a major injury for Cowboys brass to fully appreciate Prescott's value. The longer they wait, the more expensive Dak gets. Just like Fred Warner. Just what I said about Fred Warner. So they just updated it on NFL.com that Dallas and Dak Prescott have agreed to terms on a new deal. The team announced Monday, which is today, as of right now, a 4-year deal worth up to $160 million contract with $126 million in guaranteed. And that is amazing. That is truly, truly something that I am happy about as it pertains to Dak Prescott, because we all know what happened with him. And let's just talk about how that affects the draft, right? How does that affect the San Francisco 49ers moving forward? How does that have a domino effect on the rest of the NFC East? How does that have a domino effect at the top of the draft with these quarterback-needy teams? Well, luckily, I got you covered. I was about to go to the gym, and I am not joking. Here is my pre-workout. This is not sponsored, but Evogen, that's the team I'm on. And unfortunately, I am in a bind right now because I have breaking news. I want to go to the gym, but yet I have to really stay on top of my podcast. Breaking news is the way to do it. And I cover all 32 NFL teams. So if I go like a little haywire, you know why. Because I got the pre-workout kicking in. So my pre-workout today is going to be me running my mouth instead of my arms or my legs or my muscles. And we are just going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys news, breaking news in regards to Dak Prescott. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I am truly happy. All right. So with the Dallas Cowboys holding the number 10 overall pick, how does that affect their draft plans? Obviously, not by much, because I think everybody knew that Dak Prescott was going to get re-signed by the Dallas Cowboys. The question was it going to be this big-time deal? man, you got to give credit to Jerry Jones for making this deal, because at the end of the day, people were wondering, well, what's going to happen with Dak Prescott, man? That's a huge injury, playing on the franchise tag. Well, Jerry Jones rewarded him out of good faith, gave him a big money front-loaded deal, and that's exactly what Fred Warner should be getting. Not that much money, obviously, because the quarterback position is a different story, but you guys know what I'm talking about. See, the pre-workout is kicking in right now. This is going to be the first podcast where I'm actually taking a pre-workout that's already in my system. Look, I have half of it gone. Hey, this pre-workout is no joke. But anyways, all right, so let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys draft needs. Let me see how well I do on this podcast after taking my pre. So you have tight end, offensive guard, defensive tackle. Obviously, they need a defensive end. They can also go cornerback. They all have a lot of safety help. So they have a lot of different directions that they can pull from at number 10. That gives them a little bit more draft flexibility, because had they not re-signed Dak Prescott, they maybe would have delved into the draft in order to find his replacement. However, with the breaking news today, dun, 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 and Dak Prescott staying in Dallas, striking a 4-year, $164 million contract with $126 million in guarantee. I believe that's the number. Yeah, $126 million guaranteed, according to Twitter. That's amazing. That's amazing. $75 million in year one. $75 million. So that's a lot of bread. Congratulations to Dak Prescott on striking that deal. Now, the question remains to be seen. What is going to happen? Ask me any questions you guys have, and I'll be I'll be sure to answer them the best I can. Yes, Jonathan from YouTube says that's some cheddar cheese. Yes, it is. Absolutely. My man, Fred Warner Sr. chiming in. How you doing, Fred Warner? How you doing? Yes, I am happy for him too, man, and all that he went through. You hit it on the nail. That's why I am so happy, because at the end of the day, he was playing on the franchise tag, and once he went down to that gruesome leg injury, God, you could really feel for him, because he really didn't know if he was actually going to even play another down. I mean, it was a career-threatening injury, and that's why you saw tears running down his face, because even he doesn't know. He didn't know, and that's why when players hold out because they don't want to get franchise tag, and then the fans get all, well, it's all about the money. All you care about is the money. You don't care about the team. No. At the end of the day, the NFL is a business, and if you don't know your worth, and if you feel like the team is undervaluing you, you're going to hold out. It's the principle. It's not about the money as it is the principle. Know your worth, never settle for less. And that's exactly what's going to happen with Fred Warner. And DeForest Buckner did it the year prior. Know your worth, don't settle. Don't take a backloaded contract. Don't do it to where they're going to eventually restructure your deal from a roster bonus into a signing bonus. No. You get front-loaded deal like you did, Dak Prescott did. $75 million. Fred Warner obviously is not going to be getting $75 million, because obviously he plays a different position, but he's also going to reset the market. He's going to reset the market. And the longer you wait, as Greg Rosenthal pointed out, the higher the ceiling is going to be when it came to Dak Prescott. That's why the Dallas Cowboys said, you know what? Before free agency hits, we're going to sign Dak Prescott. Boom. Why don't the 49ers take a page out of the Dallas Cowboys playbook and re-sign Fred Warner now? Do it. Do it before free agency starts next Monday, or be in trouble. That's what I got to say about that. It's amazing. All right. Jonathan K from YouTube says, I think the Cowboys were always going to bring him back, even if they had to franchise tag him. Yes, that's probably true. Actions speak louder than words. They obviously gave him that big money deal, $75 million in his first contract year. Very, very happy for Dak Prescott, because at the end of the day, he deserved it. He deserved it. Cali Cards from Twitter followed me since day one. He says, think Dak is overpaid? No, I don't think Dak is overpaid. Absolutely think he owed every penny, and I'm glad he got that contract. Now you got to peel back another layer of the onion to really get to the core. Look at what they have working for him. You have Zeke Elliott. You have Amari Cooper, right? You have Michael Gallup. You have all these guys in play. With that being said, you also have, or had, one of the best offensive lines in all of football. Now, Zach Martin is still a top interior guard. Obviously, Travis Frederick, whatever his name, Travis Frederick, retired. So obviously, there's a need there on the interior. But at the end of the day, and with Tyson, gosh, why am I drawing a blank? Tyson Smith, the blindside left tackle, right? I believe that's his name, Tyson Smith. How come that doesn't sound right? It doesn't sound like Tyson Smith is his name. I got to Google this. But the left tackle for the Dallas Cowboys, if I'm getting it wrong, which I know I am, I know his name's not Tyson Smith, but who's the blindside left tackle for the pre-workouts hitting? Gosh, left tackle for the Cowboys. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's there. He didn't play all that. Isn't it Tyron Smith or something like that? Gosh, I got to look it up. It's blowing my mind how I'm drawing a blank. See, the pre-workout gets you going. But let me look this up right now because I hate being wrong. Like, what the heck? What is this guy saying? I'm telling you, once you take that pre-workout, everything's on the go right now. Everything is on the go. So getting back to the Dallas Cowboys, they have a lot of different needs, right? They can go in a lot of different directions. Obviously, they need help in the back end of the secondary. You can be sure at the pick that they're drafting in the first round, they're going to go cornerback. I don't see them going free safety or strong safety because the class for that is weak sauce. Trayvon Moehrig is obviously from TCU, going to go in the first round, but he'd be too high of a pick inside the top 10. So you're going to want to roll in a different direction. Tyron Smith, that's it. I said Tyson Smith, Tyron Smith. You guys get the picture. God, first round pick obviously, I believe he was at a USC, if I get it correctly. I don't know. But anyways, getting back to Dak Prescott. Yes, I am so happy with. Thank you so much. Yes, Tyron Smith. Thank you, Monkey Discussion. I appreciate it from YouTube. See, I'm telling you guys, this is hitting. But I was close. For some reason, I was like Tyson Smith. For something, I was thinking Mike Tyson or something. Anyways, man, I'm just saying we really need to re-sign Fred Warner. You see what Dak Prescott got right before free agency hits. This is going to set a wave of moves moving forward for each NFL franchise, which is why Fred Warner needs to be re-signed now. I am telling you guys, Fred Warner needs to be re-signed now, like right now, like as of right now, like open your checkbook, bro. You see this? This is trending, right? Everybody knows what's going on here, bro. Like I'm telling you, look, everybody's chiming in, asking me questions. I'm just letting you guys know Fred Warner needs to be re-signed, like right now. Like right now. And why they're not re-signing him, it's beyond me. It's really beyond me because at the end of the day, Fred Warner already proven himself. Like if I'm Fred Warner, I'm sitting there like looking at this like, bro, really? Like I'm happy that Dak Prescott, man, my hat's off to him. I'm so glad. I'm happy he got his. But now it's my turn to get mine now. Now it's really my time to turn up the heat. Otherwise, I'm going to go to the national media and be like, you know what? Let's get some leaks out here. Let's start getting some traction. Let's start forcing the 49ers' hand. Let's start doing that because at the end of the day, if you don't pay me, someone else will. Someone else will. And why it's taking so long is beyond me. I guarantee Fred Warner's agent is actually talking to the 49ers during the season and up to this point and saying, hey, look, what's going on, man? Are you going to pay my client or not? Because if you're not, we're going to look for another team, and that's fine. But just don't be dragging your feet and extending Fred Warner long-term, my client, because at the end of the day, you guys know what he's getting. You guys know what you're getting. You're not banking on 1 year production. This is not a 1 year wonder. He's a front-loaded contract type of a dude that's going to reset the market because he's the best at his position. First team All-Pro, Fred Warner. So Bobby Wagner's getting $18 million per year annually. My client's going to want more than that because obviously he's better than him. So pay my client what he's worth, please. I'm not asking for anything less or anything more. I just want fair market value. That's how economics work. Supply and demand. You don't want to meet the demand? Fine. I got enough supply right here that will likely take on that contract. Here's 5 or 6 teams on the list. Oh, he would love to go in Indianapolis and play with DeForest Buckner. Oh, the New England Patriots. Oh, they have cap space. Could they make a play? Oh, look at this other team. New York Jets. They could use a Fred Warner. What I'm saying is know your worth. If you're not going to pay Fred Warner, someone else will. That's all I got to say about that. But getting back to Dak Prescott, what do you guys think about that? Send those questions in. Again, I'm hitting the pre-workout. So if you guys don't know, again, I'm an Evogen athlete. As I was drinking this, about to head to the gym because this is what I do. I take my pre-workout, settle in, take my pre-workout meal, hit the gym, take my intro workout. But right now, pre-workout has so much caffeine in it. I'm like at all-time high. I had coffee going on my first live stream. So this is really hitting hard. Like, if you guys can't tell, I'm jumping through the roof right now. Like, my head is like, dude, I just want to lift weights right now. Let's go. Let's go. But I'm here. This is what it takes. This is called dedication. My gosh, I can't believe I'm doing this right now. Okay. Woo, woo, woo. All right. Yes, everyone's saying Tyron Smith. Thank you so much. That was Tyron Smith. I don't know why they said Tyson Smith. The pre-workout hitting hard. I'm just going to blame it on the pre-workout. No, but for real, it is the pre-workout because Tyron Smith, I believe, now that I'm settling down, I believe he was coming out of USC, drafted number 9 overall or something like that. Let me just go ahead and look at that. If I get that right, then I'm back on track. The pre-workout's slowly subsiding because I didn't take all of it. I only took half. Now I got to check. I think he was drafted number 9 overall. Let me just double check on that. If I get this wrong, I'm going to be horrible. Oh, yes. Number 9 overall. Got it. Out of USC. Got it. Tyron Smith, 6'5", 307, has a 36 and 3/8 arm length. Drafted out of USC, had a 4.93 40-yard dash, 7.473 cone drill. You combine that with a 31 reps on the bench press of 225. Also had a 29-inch vertical and a 109-inch broad jump. How do you know this, Ryan Sakamoto? I keep track of every player, the measurables, and then I watch who's at their pro day. So when they're drafted, I can kind of do face recognition, kind of figure out the smoke screens, what's being said. I take transcripts of what they said in one year, transition into the next year based on the positional coaches and who those guys are, and then I formulate my mock draft. It's a whole process. But yes, my database is strong. I actually showed John Lynch my database when he was like, oh, man, you really know your stuff. And I was like, hey, look at this. And he's like, oh, wow, what the heck? Pretty dope. It's pretty dope. All right, so here, you want some notes on Tyron Smith? Head coach Jason Garrett and offensive line coach Hudson Hawk were at USC Pro Day scouting Tyron Smith. See, this is some good stuff. And you guys wonder why my mock drafts are pretty legit. I do the work. I don't just throw out, oh, this guy, this team needs, so let's plug him here. No, that's not how you do it, bro. You actually have to know more than that. All right, but getting back to the live stream as we talk about Dak Prescott, let's answer your questions. Jonathan K28, is Fred Warner the kind of guy who will hold out if they don't pay him before the season starts? Jonathan from YouTube, thank you for tuning in. It's not so much the type of guy that Fred Warner is, because ultimately I've worked with Fred Warner. I have nothing but great things to say about Fred Warner. He's a true professional both on and off the football field. It comes down to principle. If you were put in Fred Warner's position and you were being undervalued, how would you feel going into work knowing that you're being underpaid by $17 million? If you can answer that confidently and say, I can go to work, bring the lunch pail every day, bring 110% passion, dedication, discipline, determination, the heart and soul of the team, and getting paid like I'm a premium backup, third stringer, borderline practice squad player, you tell me how you would feel, Jonathan. So it's not so much, and this is not, I'm not yelling at you or venting at you. I love what you have to say, but I'm just saying, take it from the player's perspective. If you look at the principle of the situation, you cannot blame Fred Warner if he does decide to hold out. You cannot blame Fred Warner for holding out and getting what he deserves, because I tell you what, if you don't do it, there's 5, 6, 10 teams that will. You want to name drop those teams? I'll go ahead and do it right now. This is why you guys follow me, right? I'm going to go ahead and name drop the teams. I have nothing to hide. New York Jets, they can use Fred Warner, right? They operate at a 3-4 base, but they can use Fred Warner to team up with Quinnen Williams. Then you have something strong going there. Robert Saleh obviously loves Fred Warner. Coach him in San Francisco, okay? Let's go down the list. Well, could the Miami Dolphins make a play? Because they also need an inside linebacker after letting Kyle Van Noy go. I wrote an earlier podcast on that. Got a lot of Dolphins fans talking about that one. Picked up a lot of Dolphins fans in the BEASTwriter family. I spoke about the opportunity that now there is a gaping hole at inside linebacker. It was already a need before, and they also operate at a 34 base defense. All right, so Now let's take it a step further. You look at the Atlanta Falcons, right? They don't have the cap space. Okay, cool story, bro. They won't use Fred Warner. But how about the Philadelphia Eagles? What about the Detroit Lions? They have a lot of cap space and they have a plethora of different needs. What about the Carolina Panthers? Could they use a Fred Warner where he replaces Luke Kuechly? Because they haven't had that stout middle linebacker, quarterback of the defense since Luke Kuechly retired, right? And before that, it was Dan Morgan. So let's go ahead and go down the list, right? Could the Denver Broncos use a Fred Warner? Absolutely. What about the New York Giants? Absolutely. What about the LA Chargers? Yes. What about the New England Patriots? Absolutely. So you see where this is going, right? There's a lot of teams that can use a Fred Warner, and they all have the financial cap space in order to do it. What about the Washington football team, who has one of the best front sevens in the game? Could they use a Fred Warner? Because they obviously need a quarterback of that defense. Yes, they could use Fred Warner. I'm just going down the list. Every team can use a Fred Warner. Why? Because Fred Warner is the best inside linebacker in the game, period. And it doesn't matter who's already on the roster. He is definitely an upgrade because why? He's the best at the position. So with Dak Prescott getting signed to that big money deal, how can you not say that Fred Warner is not in line to get that second contract? Because he's way overdue. Way overdue. All right. So we have a lot of things to talk about as it pertains to Dak Prescott. What are your thoughts? Drop your comments to me. What do you guys think about Dak Prescott's big contract that Adam Schefter reported, that 4-year, $160 million contract? Wow. Amazing. With $75 million guaranteed in the first year. And let me tell you something. You know why the Cowboys gave him $75 million in that first year? Because one, it's called front loaded. But two, they're franchising tagging him like, hey, tag your it, bro. Tag your it, bro. Tag your it, bro. And he's probably looking like, bro, stop tagging me, man. Just give me a long-term extension. Fred Warner's next. Fred Warner is next. And whether that's in San Francisco or somewhere else via trade, like DeForest Buckner, we're going to have to see how that plays out. But I'm telling you right now, again, the pre-workout is hitting. Go Evogen. If you guys have any questions regarding my Evogen products, not Evogen products like it's mine, but I'm sponsored by Evogen, or an Evogen athlete, I should say, go ahead in my channel art. You will see an Evogen link and you'll see all the supplements we have to offer. Also, if you go to the landing page with the threads, you will see me in all their videos and all their pictures. Yes, I fitness model. Can't you tell? Oh, Jesus, this is crazy. Kelly Card says Warner's not going anywhere. Are you sure about that? You must know something that I don't. You must know something that I don't. All I got to say, man, is Fred Warner needs to be resigned now. Like, again, if you're going to get mad at Fred Warner, if he decides to hold out because he wants to get paid what he deserves, common sense, bro, then come at me. I can take all the heat. Don't go after Fred. Come at me. I got Fred's back. Hey, come at me. You guys have any issues with Fred Warner? Come at me. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. All right, Jonathan K. 28 says, completely unrelated. Jason Owu just ran a 4.34 at 2:55. That is great speed. That is amazing at 2:55 that he ran a 4.34. However, how is he on the football field? Does it translate on the football field? Because I don't care how a guy runs in shorts. I want to be able to see how he runs in pads. So, Jonathan K28, thank you so much for that. Jason O, maybe we should, I don't even know how to say his last name. I don't want to butcher it. Jason O, I guess. Jonathan, let's have a discussion about this. Tell me what you think about him. I'll hop on in a later podcast. Maybe I'll do a podcast episode on that, and you can talk to me more about him. I really trust your input. Jonathan K gives great analysis. If you don't follow Jonathan K, go ahead and do that. One of my guys, part of the BEASTwriter family. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jonathan. I appreciate it. All right. Let's go ahead and move on. Warren Buffett says overpaid. This is not the real Warren Buffett. I think this is a Warren Buffett because I always say price is what you pay, value is what you get. I see what you're doing there. All right. All right. Kevin Jeter says, hey, Evogen pre-workout, by the way, is better to get isolate or is normal whey the same? It depends on the person. Obviously, I always prefer WPI just because I feel it's a more fast-acting enzyme. It's a filtration process that's more expensive because of the filtration process. But, to each their own, tomato, it's all up to you. All right. All right. How did this change free agency for quarterback to 49ers? Well, that's a great question, Benny from Twitter. It really doesn't. It really doesn't, because at the end of the day, the 49ers still need a quarterback, and whether that's through the draft and they keep Jimmy Garoppolo, or whether they trade for Sam Darnold or someone else or Deshaun Watson, I don't think Dak Prescott was realistically going to be the quarterback of the 49ers. Some people were saying that. I don't see it. Yeah. Do you want Troy Warner now all day? Yes, I would take Troy Warner all day. Absolutely. Why would you not take Troy Warner? I love Troy Warner. I love Fred Warner. Said it since day one. Love Fred Warner Sr. Get all the Warners together. Shoot, make Fred Warner Sr. the coach. Make him a positional coach of the linebackers. That'd be dope. And all joking aside, though, yes, I like what I see in Troy Warner. Dude, that guy is a beast. Again, from where? BYU. You could get Zach. What if you got Zach Wilson and Troy Warner in the same draft? Man, go Cougars. Go Cougars. I love Troy Warner. I'm going to do a podcast on that actually coming up. It's in the queue. I'm going to be watching down. Jeez Louise. See, I'm going to be watching down. That does not even make sense. What are you talking about, Beast? I'm going to be breaking down Troy Warner's play. You guys are going to be amazed at what I'm seeing in Troy Warner's game. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be lit. And Cali Cards from Twitter says, going to be just like Kittle Watch. Mark it today right before the season. Cali Cards said it. Okay, Cali Cards, right before. I'll mark it down right here. And you should check my Twitter receipt on DeForest Buckner. And let me know what you think about that in real time. Everyone knows he's going to get paid. Sure. Okay. Cool story, bro. But when? When is he going to get paid? Brother Troy is more athletic than Fred, by the way. Stay tuned. Hey, that's what's up. All right. We're going to have to see how this all plays out. But yeah, I really love Troy. I think he is going to be a stud at the NFL level. We just have to see how that plays out. Thank you for doing it again. Appreciate it. As always, Fred Warner Sr. All right. 49ers is going to make a splash during draft day. Mark my words. What's the splash? Ray-Bans 805. Thank you for tuning in from YouTube. I appreciate you, buddy. What kind of splash do you think they're going to make? Please explain. I can actually have a healthy debate with you, or not debate, discussion. We're not debating anything, but discussion as to your analysis. I really value your input. This is the BEASTwriter family where social media engagement is encouraged. So go ahead and leave those comments behind. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about that. All right. All right. So Jonathan Kidd, I think Fred should be getting paid, but I think it makes more sense to get your roster additions in free agency with the cap space you have and maybe overpay Fred post June 1. Woo. Whatever the case may be, I don't care if it's pre-June 1, post-June 1, but you got to pay him sooner rather than later, because obviously, as I pointed out, since November 3rd, Fred Warner is going to reset the market, but these other players who might be re-signed earlier, like a Darius Leonard, like a Tremaine Edmonds, like a Roquan Smith, like Levante David, who signed a 5-year, $50 million deal back in 2015, are going to help reset the market anyways. So it's better to re-sign Fred Warner now than it is later, because now you're playing Russian roulette. The longer you wait, inflation goes up. The market goes up. It's just how it is. Like, if you're looking at the vertical board and Fred Warner's number one and Darius Leonard's getting paid $19-20 million a year because GM Chris Ballard wants to just play with the 49ers because he has $14 million in cap space and says, all right, Darius Leonard, we're going to sign you to an extension, bro, because we need blindside left tackle Trent Williams. And if we give you X amount of dollars, then that forces the 49ers hands to make a play for Fred Warner and reset the market once again, and maybe up that price tag to where they can't re-sign Trent Williams right away because they already just allocated so much money in Fred Warner. We need a blindside left tackle because Anthony Constanzo retired, and so we get our blindside left tackle, and our win now mode continues because we just made a play for Carson Wentz, filling in for Phillip Rivers, who just retired. I'm just saying. Yes, exactly. Fred Warner Sr., agree with you, man. Bottom line, it's a business. It's a business. It's a business. And people don't realize this, but the NFL is a risk-reward business. But more important than that, it's a money business. It's all about the Benjamins. And if you're Fred Warner, you're going to want to get paid. Plain and simple as that. Those who disagree, you guys don't know what you're talking about because, there's a reason why it's $1 billion industry. Just saying. All right. Aaron Aguilar says, woohoo. How you doing? Nice to chime in. Kim Ferrison from you says that he got chipped off. And yes, that is very true. All right, Jonathan K from 20 just said the Dolphins just traded for Titans former first-round tackle Isaiah Wilson. Ooh, that's a big trade. So Isaiah Wilson, if I'm not mistaken, was a first-round pick by the Tennessee Titans. I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. Am I getting this right? Wasn't he with the Tennessee Titans? And then the GM John Robinson said, he better get his act together or something like that. And there's like some disgruntledness going on there, and now he got traded. Wow, to the Dolphins. Wow, huge. All right, Jay in the Bay. Damn, Dak got the money. Yeah, secure the bag, homie. Jay in the Bay from YouTube. If you don't follow the homie, follow that guy, man. He's a big Niner fan. I really love the community he brings to the table and the BEASTwriter family. Go ahead and follow Jay in the Bay. Do yourself a favor. Good guy right there. All right. So let's go ahead and move on. If you guys have any questions at all, I'll be sure to answer them. And I'd be Zach Wilson and the Niners would be, yes, Ray-Bans, it would be lit, wouldn't it? It would be definitely lit. All right. So I think that's going to wrap this up. Again, Dak Prescott inking a 4-year, $160 million contract worth up to $164 with $126 million in guaranteed. I can't believe I'm remembering the numbers. According to Adam Schefter, he also said that in his first year, he set an NFL record getting $75 million. Or should I do this? Austin Powers, $75 million. Oh, man, I'm going crazy. Okay, maybe that's because the pre-workout's hitting. Anyways, I'm about to hit the gym right now, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize, but your boy has to get his workout in. Otherwise, his coach is going to be upset. Check out the website, Evogen Nutrition. 19-time Olympia coach, Hani Rambod. If you guys don't know who he is, he's basically the Phil Jackson of bodybuilding. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate all the love and support. Aiden Langford, thank you so much. I appreciate it. But to be honest with you, I look small right now, bro. I know it sounds crazy. Just wait. I just started back on my prep. You're going to see some serious changes in probably 3 to 4 weeks from now. I'm going to look like, bro, like hopefully I'll look jacked, like jacked. But yeah, I got to get on that grind. So thank you for tuning in, everyone. If you liked what I had to say, please hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner of your screen as you stay up to date on all things Beast in real time. The BEASTwriter family is strong. We're trying to grow the channel, so please share this, retweet this, like it, drop those comments, and engage with us in the social media platform, which is YouTube. If you're watching on Twitter right now, do yourself a solid. I run BEASTwriter giveaways. Go ahead and click the link in my bio. It will transfer you over to the YouTube landing page where you can subscribe to my channel there. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, you like how I'm using these social media platforms to push YouTube, this is how I'm doing it. So if you're watching me on Facebook pages or any Facebook groups, be sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can do that by hitting the lower right-hand corner of the screen. If you're on Twitter, you can also do this, and it'll take you to the page. All right. Well, that'll be it for today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the love and support. You guys are awesome. I will be back later tonight breaking down NFL mock drafts because I know you guys are been asking, what's going on with this player, bro? I'm going to break it down to you. Let me get my workout in. I'll be back. BEASTwriter out.